In this episode of Teach Me Something, Craig Chastain attempts to teach our real estate expert, Doan, why you should own a property management company as a cash flow opportunity. Craig Chastain was born and raised in Rancho Cucamonga, California, where he currently lives with his wife and 3 children. Craig has been licensed in real estate for over 12 years and is currently a real estate broker who specializes in relocation and property management. Craig is an expert negotiator and loves the art of putting deals together. His motto is under promise and over deliver. Will Long learn something new from Craig? We will find out on this episode of Welcome to Teach Me Something, where our experts have 2 minutes to teach something new. I'm your host, Jesse Zagorski. Meet Doan. Long knows a lot about everything, but specifically real estate and leadership. Long has sold thousands of houses, but there's one thing you should know about him. Every day, he is committed to learning something new. And if he doesn't learn something new, he has to read a book for at least 20 minutes. Long loves to learn, but he hates reading books. Well, that's not totally true, but you get the idea. And Long has a short attention span because his brain is always thinking, which is why our contestants only have 2 minutes. Let's see if Long can learn something new on Teach Me Something.
So Craig, you're a veteran to this Teach Me Something. A veteran of the Teach Me Something alumni. You know the drill. It's going to be a 2-minute countdown to teach Long something new. I'll put a timer on my phone. I'll show you at 2 minutes. Right when we start, I'll give you a 1 minute heads up and a 10-second heads up. And there is no pressure at all, except you just have to teach Long, who's like a genius, something new within 2 minutes.
I don't know.
There's no pressure.
He's a wicked smart dude. So I don't know.
He is a wicked smart dude, but you're a fantastic real estate broker, team leader, and coach. So I got faith in this. And I want to be surprised too. Don't even tell us what it's about. You ready to rock?
Yeah. I love that it's 2 minutes because I probably only need like a minute. No, I'm just kidding. But
let's do it. You ready? All right, here we go. That is your style. All right, this is built for you. Craig, you got 2 minutes.
We going? We count down?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to start it again. Hold on.
Sorry.
We were going. You got 2 minutes starting now.
All right, Long. So I'm going to teach you, or maybe really better, not teach you, but illustrate to you in the next 2 minutes why you, or maybe even some of your agents within your company that might be interested in cash flow opportunities from a long-term rental standpoint should own at least a piece or entire property management company. You ready? All right.
I am. Let's go.
Awesome. So imagine this real quick. So you're an agent working with a buyer, and that buyer's looking, buy an investment property. Let's just say for $250,000. They got 20% to put down, and they're hoping to rent that property for $2,000 a month. You got that? Awesome. So this was actually my reality back in 2012 when I started my property management company. I desperately wanted to be a long-term hold investor, but at the time just did not have the capital to make it happen. But I was helping dozens of people at that time do that, year over year over year. So back to that buyer example, let's break down some of those numbers. So let's just say that $250,000 purchase, he would be required to put $50,000 down, being 20%, and that doesn't include closing costs. So the PITI, or principal, interest, taxes, insurance, would be approximately $1,500 to that investor. They would typically have around $100 a month in some kind of utility cost, and then a management fee somewhere between maybe 6-10% of the rent. So in this example, let's say $150 a month. So if that buyer wanted to rent the property for $2,000 a month, after all expenses, they would have a positive cash flow of $250 a month. And that's not taking into account, vacancies, maintenance, repairs, etc. So as a primary investor, you can spend $50,000 of money you've saved over the years, take all the risk, take all the liability, while I can sit back and have zero capital investment, zero financial risk, and partake in 60% of the same cash flow that an investor does. And this is why you, or like I said, other agents within your company, Long, should consider adding property management as another income stream.
It's like you knew the countdown timer was coming to the buzzer. You nailed that, Craig.
What do we got? What do we do?
That was 2 minutes. It was spot on. Woo! That was perfect. That was right at 2 minutes. All right. So Long, that was a pretty compelling testimony. What questions do you have? What questions do you have for Craig?
So, a lot of real estate agents would be interested in other stream of revenue, right? So they would take a look at this. Would they need any special licensing in most states, for property management, or their real estate license alone is enough and how would they set it up with their broker for that?
So, and that's why I mentioned, I don't know what every state does. I know how California operates specifically, but that's why I said own the company. So I didn't say you have to run the company or be the broker of the company. You could be a shareholder in an LLC of a property management company and partake in the upside profits that same way. So I don't have the answer across the board what every state would require. I know for California specifically, you do have to be a licensed agent. In this instance, you have to be an actual broker because you have trust accounts and things like that. But you can be an individual, a non-licensed person, still be an owner of a property management company.
So would it be kind of like a syndication, but for a property management company versus an actual property?
Absolutely. There's folks in my area who do exactly that.
All right. Well, I like it. I definitely would like to learn more about this because with the interest rate going up as an investor, your cash on cash return may even drop a little bit now, right? Because
Sure.
The payment's going up with the interest rate on the second home. But then the only thing then is because you don't own the real estate, you can't take advantage of like cost segregation or any other thing, right?
Right.
Like
we didn't talk about cost segregation, appreciation, burn methods. I mean, there's obviously additional upsides to being an investor, being the actual real estate holder. But going back to my story, I just wanted the passive income. I didn't have the money to invest, period. So this was an opportunity for me as a small fish at that point in time to still partake in the profits like an investor does with zero capital investment and zero risk.
I have a question.
A property management. Go ahead. Yes.
No, go ahead, Long. I think you're going to ask a question I'm about to ask. Go ahead.
So it's property management company. I want to come in. What's my pitch? How do I ask them to let me partake in it?
So an existing management company?
Right. Because you said to have be part owner of a company, right?
Correct. So, I mean, obviously everything would be case by case. So if I were to, my envision of something like that would be starting it from infancy. So not necessarily something that's already existing. If it's something in existence, I got to imagine there's going to be some capital investments to get involved with that company, right? So it could be, let's just say us three on this call right now. We have, we don't have a management company right now. We can all pool together. We can start the LLC and we can start soliciting our management company services, have either, one of us as the actual broker manager, or we can hire that out to a third party and we can run it that way and we can all be three equal partners.
Yeah, that was a good question you had.
That was exactly my question. And I think there probably is, depending on the state, a way to go to existing management companies and see, right, are they open to setting up additional, like Long, one of your favorite terms, joint venture, right? Setting up joint ventures, right. Like I'm going to bring in clients. There's a number of ways to set this up. It's just I like the mindset of going into looking for these opportunities.
There are. And I know I have got solicitations myself from, them thinking me as just an actual agent, not a property manager, to where you can kind of get a quote referral fee, but it's a percentage of the management fee every single month for how many people you refer to that company. So it could be kind of one of the same thing as well.
Okay. So my brain's spinning a little bit to see how I can execute on it, right? Because you have an idea, how do you monetize this? So nowadays with the NFT opportunity, you could NFT that LLC and then fractionalize it. So then you can go offer that to as many investors as possible for them to come in and even have fractional ownership in the NFT where you have majority ownership. That could be an option.
Absolutely. That's a big buzzword right now in real estate is NFTs.
That's a really cool idea. All right. I like where this is going. I like where your brain took this long. So I got to ask, Long, did you learn something?
Yeah, I did not know or even thought of that. So I definitely learned something. Thank you, Craig.
Success. I love it.
Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.